If you're ready, roll out those mats. I'm going to kneel down onto my surfboard and get ready to paddle out. So if you've got your mat rolled out, sit to your heels or place something underneath your butt if this is challenging for the knees or the tops of the feet. Otherwise, rest your palms on your thighs. And I want you to take a moment to just take those collarbones and lift them about a half an inch further away from the thighs. And then try to press your nipples against your shirt. Keep the jawline level to the floor, but lift the space behind the earlobes. Relaxing the jaw without the mouth falling open. Connect to the breath you're taking in and releasing from your chest. Okay, now it just feels like I'm stalling, right? I know, I just don't want to do this, man. I just know this is going to be rough. Slide your hands forward to the top of your mat. Let's come into a tabletop. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And then try to press your nipples against your shirt again. Lift your chin. Then lift your eyes to your eyebrows, like you're trying to see the back of your forehead. And now lift the bottom of your glutes up. Slowly begin to go the other way. We're going to begin to press the heart away from the floor with the palms and use the abdomen to pull the belly button away from the mat and trying to stamp the middle of your back on the ceiling. As you inhale, begin to lift your chin again. Lift the bottom of your glutes and then look up for your eyebrows. As you exhale, begin to round your back and begin to push your torso away from the floor with your hands and your knees. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the glutes, look up at your eyebrows. Exhale, press the chin to the chest and stamp your back on the ceiling. Come into a neutral spine and then lift the knees. We're in a plank. So I want to first explain what I meant by like a double pump push-up. So I'm going to switch to the other camera here on the side so that you can see we've got several options. One is to keep the knees on the floor and simply touch the chest to the thumbs and push back up. You can always lift your knees in a downward facing dog and lower your knees before you do the push-up. So if you've got good form and you can lift your knees, that's fantastic. And then we can touch the chest all the way down and push all the way up. Now, if you can do that with good form, then you might be ready for our last step, which is a kind of a double pump. So you're going to pull your knee into your chest when you push away, and then you're going to lower down and do another push-up. Okay? So we'll go through that pretty thoroughly as we get going here, but I want to do just a couple more things to make sure that we're good and ready for a vigorous salutation. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Push your knees over your toes and pull your hips back behind your left knee. And forward and back and forward and back. Not going to our end range, just exploring the range. As much as the left hip as we are the right knee and hip. And then step your right foot back. And I want you to come onto the bottom of your right toes and have your left toes pointing behind you. So that when we sit to the heels, we've got one set of toes in dorsiflexion, one set of toes in plantar flexion. And then we're going to lift the butt and switch. Curl your left toes under, point your right toes behind you, and sit down again. And now we're just going to switch that out a few times. I'm not worried about counting so much as making sure that the range of motion just feels a little bit better when I feel sort of that diminishing returns. Then I know it's time to stop. Then we'll go ahead and step the left foot forward. Going forward and back, not as far as we need to, not as far as we can, just forward and back. Want to make sure that we feel good about loading the knee. In this case, the kneeling knee. And then we're going to step the left foot back. And again, with one set of toes pointing, one set of toes curled under, sit to the heels, and then switch, and switch. If we have good range of motion through the toe joints, we're going to have an easier time squatting and bending the knees, lifting the heels, which are going to be some skills we're going to try to tackle today. Now go ahead and plant your hands and press back in a downward facing dog. And take a couple of deep breaths. Trying to slide your mat forward with your hands. Try to slide your mat out from under your hands backwards with your feet. That should mean like your heels should feel like they're lifting. Maybe some softness in the back of the knees brings the thighs a little bit closer to the bottom of the ribs. There goes the siren, so let's hope everybody's okay. Couple of deep breaths. Lift your right leg into the air, open your hip, bend your knee. Try to lift your knee and touch it to the ceiling, and then step softly forward. As you inhale, begin to pull your heart over the top edge of your mat. Like a marathoner finishing a race, breaking the tape, we want that chest forward. And then when we push back, I'm going to let the left knee bend and the right leg get straight. Maybe just straighter is a good way to say that. And then we're going to bend the right knee, straighten the left leg again, reach the right hand up into that low lunge twist. And then right hand down. Now this is where we're going to incorporate the push-ups, guys. So, step your right foot back or lower your knees now. Touch your chest to the ground. When you push back up, draw your right knee to your chest and then send your right foot back again. Touch your chest again. Push and press. Take a couple of deep breaths. See if we can't slow that heart rate down a couple of beats. Here we go. Take that left leg up into the air. When you bend your knee, think about getting your knee to touch the ceiling more than turning your hips open. And remember, your hands are still trying to press your chest back to the top of your right foot. As you exhale, step forward. And then we breathe in and we go forward. That's when your body wants to take that deep breath in. Your chest needs to expand, right? But we're going to go slow through the first one so you can feel every movement. And we're going to incorporate more intricate options if you want to. And now, push back. Let your fingertips slide back. Begin to bend your right knee as you straighten your left leg. As you do this, try to lift your right heel high and keep your left big toe down. And then come forward, plant the hands, the right hand, reach the left hand up. And reach down. Step back, touch your chest. As you push away, left knee to chest. Send your foot back again, touch your chest, push, and press down dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Here we go. Lift your right leg up. Try to touch the kneecap to the ceiling. Exhale, step forward. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, push back. And this time as you straighten your right leg and bend your left knee, you have the option to reach your right hand back, palm faces the floor. And this is going to feel very much like you're about to roll a bowling ball. So if you are here, throw the ball, roll it down the alley, and reach up with the right hand as you release the ball into our low lunge twist. Reach down. Draw your foot back. Touch your chest. Pull your knee in. Extend the leg. Touch your chest again. And press back. It's hard to do that and say all that. Please forgive me, guys. Lift your left leg. Try to get your kneecap to the ceiling. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, press your nipples to your shirt. Exhale, push your butt to your pants. The left leg straightens, the right knee bends, the right heel lifts high. Pause here. Now just imagine, if you're a righty, that you're a lefty. Take your left hand back like you've got a bowling ball in your hand. Remember, your palm should face the alley. And as you come forward, roll the ball and turn your chest. Reach up into the low lunge twist. Release. Draw your left foot back. Touch your chest to your thumbs. As you push away, draw your left knee to your chest. Extend the left leg again. Lower down again. Push and press. Catch your breath. We're going to do one more set. Tiny diamond, everybody. Lift your right leg up. Open your hip, bend your knee. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, press your chest forward. Exhale, push your butt back. If you want to, grab that bowling ball in your right hand. Exhale, come forward, roll the ball, turn your chest, reach up high with the right hand. Exhale, plant the hand. Bring your right foot back, touch your chest, knee to chest, extend your leg back, touch your chest again, push and press. Last one, guys, here we go. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step. Heart forward, breathe in. Push back. If you want to, incorporate that bowling ball move. Exhale, roll the ball. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down. Left foot back, touch the chest, push up, knee to chest, lower down again, push and press. Knees to the board and sit to the heels so that we can get our breath under control. If I'm being honest, get my breath under control. Just give me a second. I'm not the young man I used to be, but I try to play one on TV. All right. That was good. Good workout for the chest. We're going to give ourselves a nice chest stretch here in a second when we incorporate a glute stretch so that we can take all the muscles we've fatigued and just pull some length back into that body. Here we go. Step your right foot forward. So I'm on a surfboard, of course, so anytime I say bring your hand to the board or the knee to the board, that's what I mean. Now, come into a high lunge. Lift the back heel. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee. And it should feel like you're going down. So if you're leaning forward in order to keep that load off your left leg, try to lean back. And then we're going to come all the way forward. Keep your hands above your shoulders and knees back down. Hands down. Sit to the left heel. Pull your right toes back. Let's do it again. Right knee forward over the toes. Pop the left knee up, reach up. We're going to get really good at loading those feet, finding our balance quickly, okay? Now I want you to keep your arms straight, fingertips reaching for the ceiling, but shoulder blades trying to tuck into your back pockets. Straighten your right leg. Bend the left knee and lift the left heel. Keep the inside of your right foot glued to the mat. That's a big load in your left thigh. I know it. All right, now let's come forward again. And all the way down. Plant the hands, sit to the left heel. Pull the right toes back. Then we're literally taking the load off, right? Now we're going to put the load back on and add on. Come forward, push the knee over the toes, pop the left knee up, hands into the air. Square off the hips to the top edge of the mat. Straighten the right leg. Keep that right big toe glued to the mat. Bend the left knee. See how much you can load that left thigh. And now this time come forward into warrior three. Bend your right knee. Straighten your right leg. Rise up, reach up. Lift your left knee into the air. Now my right hip and glute and thigh, hamstring, they're all starting to fatigue, right? I'm no different than you. We got to push ourselves. Extend that left foot out. Reach forward, warrior three. Bend the right knee. Try to keep that right side body long. And then push yourself back up, reach up. Lift the left knee. The stretch we're going to get in a second is going to be glorious. Stick with me. Push your left foot back. Reach forward, warrior three. Bend your right knee. Lengthen the right side body. Rise up. And plant your left foot. Cross your right ankle to your left thigh. Bind your hands behind you. And slowly sit into the left hip. Bend the left knee. And lift your fists. Don't try to get them over your head though. Try to pull your fist to the top of the wall behind you. And try to press your collarbones to the top of your shirt. Bend that left knee more for more stretch in the left glute. Release. Plant your right foot. Ooh. We're going to work on that right leg again. Bring your hands to your heart. If you want a strong back, if you want to get really pain-free in the spine, you got to have strong legs, strong hips, strong pelvis, okay? Lift your left knee into the air. And then bring your left knee to the outside of your right calf and squat down. Whoa! My butt is saying I've had enough. But we're going to do it 2 more times. Lift your left knee. Now try to take your left knee to the outside of your right calf. Oh, help me, Krishna. Buddha. Okay. Lift that knee. See why I was nervous when we started? And lift the knee and step back. Hands to the floor. Back knee down. Yes, Tom Cruise. You know, when I'm thanking the deities, I never forget Tom Cruise. Okay. Knight's position. Every once in a while, man, you got to push it to the edge and find out what you're made of. So I want you to take your right foot out, the outer edge to the outer edge of your mat, and then turn on the heel and turn the toes out, okay? So I'm going to switch to this camera so that you can see my hips going back. But first, I'm going to slow. This is our second glute stretch for the right side. This torment of a sequence. Slowly work your elbows down. Try to keep your elbows glued to your mat and push your butt back. Come forward, push back. Oh my God. Thank you, Baby Yoda. Oh. Oh. Yeah, release that. Hero's pose. If you did any part of that with me, you're a freaking hero. Straight up. Okay. This is where I reground, where I take a moment to appreciate all of my hard work, but to recognize that I'm only halfway done. There's the right side of the mat, the left side of the mat. And sometimes I'm pausing to reflect on how this is bringing balance into my body, into my life, into my world. Let's do the other side. Pop open those eyes. Lift the hips. Step the left foot forward. And I know I mention this frequently on my videos, but the reason I like this versus downward facing dog, always lifting the leg and stepping forward, is we want to make yoga inclusive, so you can always do those things. But I'm trying to get those people that have wrist problems, all those people that don't have the strength to have good form yet, to be able to really get into this practice with us. So, having said that, curl the right toes under, pop the right knee up into the high lunge. It's going to be a lot of work. It's so worth it. Straighten the left leg. Bend the right knee. But really what you're thinking about doing is trying to slide your mat backwards with your right foot. So lift that heel. And really what you're feeling for is whether or not you're leaning forward, or if you can keep shoulders over hips while you switch out that straight leg for the bent leg. Now switch it back and come forward until we're down. After we touch down, plant the hands. Sit to the right heel. Pull the left toes back. Second set, come forward. Reach up. Press into the ball of the right foot with intention and pop the right knee up. And as you begin to straighten the left leg, lift the right heel and bend the right knee. And we're trying to do that as much as possible without leaning forward. Now let's come forward and all the way down and sit to the right heel again. Deload. Take a couple of deep breaths through the nose. Like a fighter between rounds, catch your breath. Because we're moving into the champion rounds. Come forward. Rise up. Left leg straight. The right heel lifts and the right knee bends. Your knees get closer together. Now come forward. Whoa. Warrior 3. Now lengthen left thigh away from left side body and pull right side body tight. Bend the left knee. Rise up, reach up, lift the right knee. Let's take it back again into that loaded leg. Right leg straightens behind you, hands reach forward, left knee bends, sit low in the hips, and press the leg straight, reach up. Lift the right knee. Push the foot back. Here's the last one, guys. Bend the left knee. Reach forward. Try to keep your arms lifted out of your peripheral vision. As you press the leg straight, step forward. Thank God we did it. Lower the arms. If I pass out in one of these classes, I hope it's live. Because honestly, I get close sometimes, and I think it would be hilarious. Okay. Talk to the right camera. Here we go. Left ankle to the right thigh. Take your hands binded behind you. Now, before you bend the right knee and sit, pull your shoulder blades onto your back, and then try to slide your forearms down your butt cheeks, and then begin to hinge. But more, bending the knee, lifting the forearms off your back. Sit to the right heel by bending the right knee. Point the left big toe. Pull your knuckles back more than up. And slowly release. That was glorious because I still haven't passed out. Reach up, breathe in. Hinge forward, fingertips to the floor. Lift your right leg into the air. And step it forward. We're live, guys. Go ahead and rise back up. Oh, some of you immediately figured out what I was skipping. And you're like, yes. But this is a booty duty class. This is all about the glutes, spinal strength. And tune in till the end, because I'm going to throw some wicked, life-changing dharma at you. Lift your right knee into the air. Probably not. And then try to slide the outside of your right knee to the outside of your left calf. And keep your nipples on your shirt when you do it. And straighten your left leg and lift your right knee. And as you exhale, bring the knee behind the knee. Don't mess with me, Mirabai. My daughter's got an air horn over there. And last one, lift your right knee. Come on. I may not be the greatest yoga teacher in the world, but I'm the greatest yoga teacher in the world with a kid that has to entertain herself. Oh, come on, this sucks so bad. Lift the knee. I'm delirious, you guys. Step back. And we're going to take that knee down because I can't stand anymore on this left leg. How about you? Okay. Let's take that left foot out to the left. And then we're going to take the left toes and spill them out to the left. And slowly step the hands forward, bend the elbows. They may not make contact with the floor. Remember, that's what yoga blocks are for. That's why God made yoga blocks. So the more you turn that left foot out, when you push your butt back, the more you're going to work into those upper glute fibers. Every glute stretch is not the same. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Yes. And release. Sit to the heels. Okay, take a moment to close your eyes. Find your breath again. We did it. We did the right side, and we did the left side. And that would be both sides. of half of our class. But I've got a little bit more work for you. If you're down, open up your eyes. Step your right foot to the top of your board. And when you lift your left knee, plant your left heel. Line up the heels. Come into Warrior Two. Which camera am I on? All right, Warrior Two. So we're going to oscillate from a Warrior Two to a stronger triangle pose. But for a moment, just hold your Warrior Two. Feel the firmness of your right thigh, holding your right foot firmly on the top of your mat. Now as you straighten your right leg, reach your right hand over the top edge of your mat. Right hand goes down, left hand goes up. And then slowly the left knee bends. And as your left knee bends, try to keep your right foot flat on the mat and allow those nice little pops to come into your low back. If you could feel your back body and the outside of your right leg against a wall, you'd be trying to bend your left knee to get that left butt cheek on the wall. All right, we're going to transition back to Warrior Two. Rise up. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, reach your hands out. 2 more times, guys. Straighten your right leg. Reach over your foot. As you reach up and down, bend your left knee. And try to get your left arm and your left butt cheek on the invisible wall behind you. 1 more time, guys. Bend the right knee. Reach out, flip your palms up, Warrior Two. And as you exhale, come into a stronger triangle. And if you want to go deeper, reach your left hand over the crown of your head. That means your bicep is floating above your left ear if you're still looking at the wall, and I hope you are. There's no reason to look up here. And we're going to come into Reverse Warrior next. So take your left hand to your low back. Bend your right knee, reach your right hand high. And slowly lower left shoulder towards left hip. Push your right knee forward. Reach your right hand back. And cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step back into a plank position. Come onto your elbows. And in our forearm plank, which we're going to try to hold for a minute or so, we'll see. Here's a little trick to think about. If it feels like there's a lot of discomfort in your low back, try bending your knees and just micro pushing your butt cheeks to your heels. Switch that load a little bit, and then you can always go back into straight legs. But try to keep your knees unlocked. And think about lifting the glutes. And also try to think about trying to tear your mat in half. Elbows are trying to slide your mat forward. Your feet are trying to slide your mat backwards. Lower your knees if you haven't yet. Sit back to your heels. I'm sorry, I got this new KDA song stuck in my freaking head. It's like a mantra, a powerful K-pop mantra. Catch your breath here, guys. Usually I joke around a lot, but this is no joke. This got real, man. I don't know about you, but for me, that got real. But I'm so glad I'm here on my mat. If you're still here, I'm glad that you're here sticking it out with me, because this is the hard work. All right. Pop your butt off your feet. Step your left foot forward. Turn your right heel down. Warrior 2. I'm going to switch sides now, switch cameras. I would get self-conscious about this camera if I'm doing the pose the other way, looking at my butt. Because, you know, that's what all yoga is just, that's why people are bummed out. They can't go to the studio and look at everybody's butt. And if you don't know me, well, that might offend you, but trust me, I'm an acquired taste. Stick it out. You'll love this. I'll make you strong. And it's going to, I hope, prevent me from dying before I get my kid in college. I do it for my kiddo. Otherwise, I'd be so lazy. I'd be so lazy. I'm just speaking truth up here like Kanye. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to switch to a stronger triangle. Finish it off with like a supremely powerful, super strong triangle. Then we're just going to go outside and fight crime. All right? Straighten the left leg. Reach forward. Reach up and down. Bend the right knee. We're going to pause every time and try to encourage more length from the back of the left heel to the left sitting bone and across the glutes to the right side body. But every time I give myself a challenging sequence and I can get into my reverse or my triangles, my stronger triangles, I just save myself a trip to the chiropractor. Just pop, pop, pop. Here we go. Back to Warrior 2. And hopefully you got a nice burn in your right shoulder. Keeping that right arm, that right hand exactly where you want it. And that's what we're doing. We're being deliberate. We're being mindful. We're being insightful. Let's transition. It doesn't have to be dogmatic about how you get the arms and the legs. It's just a slow, graceful transition. It's about feeling the movement again and feeling what muscles and joints are allowing those movements to take place, and how can you access spaces that you didn't know were a problem until you contorted yourself into a position like this and said, oh, why can't I do that? And come back up. And I've been asking myself that a lot lately. Just since this quarantine. Let's switch one more time. The kid homeschooling. I feel your pain, guys. I love you for practicing. Right hand to your hip, bend your left knee. Rise up and take it into reverse. Try to reach your left hand over your right foot. And release. So nice. Plant the hands. Step back. Press back. This down dog feels Nothing like the first ones, right? Look straight down or close your eyes, but you should be directing your gaze, even if it's blinded by eyelids, straight down instead of back at your feet. Take one more deep breath and lower the knees. Slide them up to your thumbs. Pull the meat of your calves out from behind your thighs and sit to the heels. Lean back onto your hands, maybe onto the elbows, or maybe the elbows slide out from under and we can lie on our back. It doesn't matter where you are. Breathe mindfully. If you are fully reclined, imagine that there's just a piece of Scotch tape from kneecap to kneecap. And you're just trying to make sure it doesn't peel off one of your knees. Your knees don't have to touch. Just don't let that tape break. Then think about pulling your tailbone down a little bit. Taking a deep breath. The deeper you breathe, the more you might feel that micro lengthening from knees to nipples, creating a longer front line. All right. Slide the hands under your back if you're all the way down. Otherwise, push yourself back, forward, nice and slow until you're upright. Place your left hand on your right knee. Place your right hand on your sacrum. Sit up nice and tall. And turn and look to your right. Switch sides. Take the right hand to the left knee, left hand to the sacrum. Lift through the crown of the head and turn at the shoulders. Now, lift your butt off of your feet. We're going to cross the ankles, or in any way you need to, you can take the feet out to the side. We're just going to come onto our glutes and step the feet out in front of us. Let's squeeze the knees together. Lean back, lift the collarbones. Take your feet off the mat. Straighten your legs and reach out like you would give your feet a hug. If they would only come to you, come get the hug. Why don't you want the hug? It's free hug. Plant your feet in your hands. Push your knees over your toes. I love that stretch in the front of the delt. Stretch in the arch of the foot. Oh, it's so glorious. Let's sit to the thumbs again. Squeeze the knees together. Lean back. Lift the feet. Let go of the knees if you can. Straighten the legs if you can. I love you, feet. Why won't you return my love and come get a hug? There's no drugs. No drugs. I know you're thinking it. Plant your feet. Plant your hands. I'm a dad with a kid at home 24 hours a day. Every day. Push your knees over your toes. But I love her so. I just love her so. We got to do it one more time. Squeeze the knees together. Oh, see, this really is like one of my practices. And I do them, and I do weird shit when I'm doing that just to like keep myself from going crazy, right? Spread your toes and then paint them. Paint your toenails. Pick a color. Paint them. Plant your feet. Plant your hands. Push your knees over your toes. It's going to be okay. Did you see that guy on YouTube? He was having a meltdown. And slide your butt to your heels. I'm just kidding. I love my little girl so much, and that's probably why I'm so weird, is because I've spent so much time with her and not been annoyed by her, but been made very childish by her. Place your left hand on your left knee. And if I wasn't so lazy, I would just do that. Left hand on your left knee. Capture the outside of your right foot. And I know I end better than half of my classes this way. This is because we work the connection of the hamstrings, the butt, and the low back a lot. So I'm always wanting to counter with this stretch for all the demands we placed on the back and the butt. So turn your chest to your left knee, lean to your left knee till your right butt cheek is off the floor. And as you begin to push through your right heel and turn to look over your left shoulder, oh, that feels so glorious in the left QL. It's just the best. If you want to continue to lengthen through the line, bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Don't lift your shoulder to try to meet your ear, though. Just keep trying to pull your shoulder blade down your back as you drive through the heel. Keep turning the chest to the left. Oh, that's nice. Plant the right foot, seated twist. Hug your right knee to the inside of your left arm. Place your right hand behind you. Lift your heart. Pull your belly off your thigh. I'm going to just switch over to that so I can gaze lovingly into your eyes. I appreciate you guys practicing with me. We can't be in the same room together, but I see the views, and it's very gratifying, no matter how many views I get, that somebody else got to get the benefits of the practice that I got. Release. Because I believe this is about as close to the fountain of youth as we could ever hope to find. Bring your right foot to your left inner thigh. And even if you have to bend this knee, bend the knee to capture that foot. Grab the knife edge. Right hand on your knee. Lean to your right until you feel your left butt cheek is just not touching the floor anymore, but it's close. And then begin to drive into the left heel. That's your left quadriceps. And if you're pulling at the left shoulder, you're going to feel that length through your right side. Left ear towards the top of the left shoulder. Keep turning the chest to the right, leaning to the right. Driving through the left heel. Pulling with the left shoulder. Pressing the left ear to the shoulder. Oh, I just had a yogasm. Plant your left foot. Capture your left knee on the inside of your right elbow. Place your left fingertips behind you. Pull your belly tight off your thighs. Remember, we don't want to start a twist with the chin. We want to finish a twist at the chin. We want to start a twist at our belly, just under the belly button. So pull that belly button off of your left thigh and begin to pull your left knee to your right rib cage. Keep your left glute on the mat. Put some weight into that left sitting bone. Lift through the Sushumna, the crown of the head. Keep hugging the knee to the chest, pressing into the left fingertips and turning to look over the left shoulder. And release that. Now I got one more lovely little glute stretch for you, but you're going to have to lie on your back for it. And you're like, what, is that a problem? Okay, so take your left ankle to your right thigh. And thread your left arm through your legs. You're either going to grab your right hamstring or reach over the shin, and you might have to lift your head off the mat to do that and capture the just under the kneecap, and then bring the head back to the floor and the shoulder blades to the floor, and even try to resist your right knee being pulled towards you, and that should tilt your pelvis and peel your lumbar slightly off of the ground. And if you're really like going, where is it? I need more. Then I want you to pull the right knee actively to the chest and hook the calf with the left inner elbow and the ankle with the right inner elbow, and hug your left calf to your nipples and straighten your right leg and slowly lower the right leg. Find your depth and breathe there. Bring the right knee back to the left ankle. Release your arms from your leg. Plant your right foot. Plant your left foot. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And as you lift your left foot, bring your right arm through your legs and either weave your fingers at the left hamstring, the left shin, or you can try hooking your leg in your inner elbows, lower leg and inner elbows. And if that sounds like you, pull your left knee to your chest and grab the back of your right calf with your right inner elbow. Grab the ankle with your left inner elbow. It's important that if you can't get the back of your head to the floor, that you pretty much stay right here. But if you can get your head on the floor, hopefully your shoulder blades on the floor, begin to straighten your left leg and then begin to lower it. Now hold your depth and breathe. Return the left knee to the right ankle if it left. And release your arms. Plant your left foot. Plant your right foot. Let your knees rest against each other. Center your hips on your mat and bring your feet out wide to the long edges of your mat. And take a moment to ground through the heels, the sacrum, the shoulder blades, and the back of the head. Grounding, because sometimes we just feel dizzy from a world going too fast. And if it is, we slow it down. And allow your knees to separate. Lift your feet, capture your knees, and pull them towards your armpits. You're probably at home in your apartment alone. Go ahead and let out that fart if it's there. No one can hear. Bring your knees together, plant your feet, slide your legs out straight, slide the heels to the corners of the mat, let the toes fall out, and rest your arms at your sides. Before you pass out on me, I want to thank you again for watching this video and practicing yoga with me. If you haven't, I hope you'll subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so that you're notified quickly when a live class is scheduled or a class goes up online. I really appreciate you guys being here with me tonight or this morning or whenever you're watching it. Bless you guys. Namaste.